we find, among other things, the figures of two leaders, Joseph and Judah, their brothers, and are sons of the third patriarch Jacob. While Reuben was really the firstborn of Jacob, the fourth son, Judah, rises as the leader of the brothers. Why is that so? Some find the answer in this story related to his daughter-in-law Tamar. This woman Tamar was married to Judah's oldest son by the name of Er, who unfortunately dies. According to an old tradition that was in vogue in those days, when a man died childless, the brother of the deceased was to marry the widow and name the son that would be born after this deceased brother. The narrative continues with the fact that the second son, Onan, who marries the widow, dies as well. And Tamar sees that she's not given in marriage to the third son of Judah by the name of Shelah. After Judah's own wife dies, Tamar disguises herself as a prostitute and has relations with Judah, who leaves his personal signet with her as a provisional payment for her services. Judah afterwards sends an emissary with the payment to redeem his signet, but the prostitute is nowhere to be found. 3 months later, Tamar shows the signs of pregnancy and was about to be burnt alive for having had relations with a man while in a state of widowhood that required her marry the brother of her deceased husband. During the trial, Tamar says that the father of her unborn child is really the owner of the signet she shows. Judah recognizes his personal signet and saves Tamar from the flames. Apparently, the father could also do the same thing, marry the widow, and the child would be named after the deceased husband. Some argue that Judah could have remained silent when Tamar showed the signet and permit that Tamar be killed, eaten by the flames, and thereby an episode that didn't show him at his best would end. However, Judah faces up to the situation and saves Tamar, no matter what his personal consequences may be. Judah showed an indispensable quality of a leader. He assumes responsibility. He does not shy away from the truth, regardless of what may happen afterwards. People follow an individual that has these qualities: responsibility and truthfulness. They are willing to tie their future to the leadership of such an individual. The case of Joseph is different. He pardons his brothers for having sold him as a slave, alluding to the idea that it was God really who was the one that sent him to Egypt so that he may save his family from starvation when famine would be present throughout the region. There are two characteristics that the Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, attributes to the Godhead: Chesed, which means compassion, and Gevurah, which means might that is righteous. Joseph represents Chesed and is to be admired. Judah represents Gevurah, which means might that is righteous. On a personal level, Chesed is to be admired, but on a state level, a leader must show above all Gevurah. Later in history, the first Jewish king, Saul, is instructed to destroy any vestige of the people of Amalek, their mortal enemy. However, Saul, coming out victorious in war, takes the king of Amalek as a prisoner. The prophet Samuel rebukes him for having failed to obey the destruction of the seed of Amalek, and therefore makes sure that his descendants do not follow him in kingship by anointing the young David as the next king. While on a personal level, Saul may have shown mercy, on a state level, a king must show gevurah, because the safety and destiny of a people may depend upon his decision.